What's up, guys? Filming this video today because I barely was able to make it home yesterday. My car started stalling on the highway, was able to get off the highway, started stalling again on me on the side streets. It looked like I was starting to learn how to drive stick shift all over again. Made it home. We checked the codes. You guys can see that. Rough idle, man. Rough idle. Every time you let go of the throttle and the RPMs drop to close to 1,000, it would just boop 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 boop. The RPMs would fluctuate so much. Probably the air fuel ratios are going crazy, bizarre right there, and stalling out the car. It doesn't help that I can't start the car in neutral or drive. I have to be in park, which is very irritating. You gotta throw it back, stop, throw it into park, restart the car. Well, we had this problem before, and usually, what I would do is disconnect the negative battery terminal, let it chill out for a little bit, and then we'd be good to go for a few months, no problem. But it's been getting very bad, and I don't remember the last PO codes that I got from the last check engine lights, but as you guys will see, the current codes that we have on the system right now. So I'm filming this in the future, so everything else you're gonna see past this is the day before. So enjoy the video, guys. Let's see if we can figure this out, see what the problem is. Comment down below, what do you guys think? Thank you. We'll go from there. We got the chief came over here with the tools, with the supplies. You actually reviewed this on your channel, right?
Sure did. It's a great scanner, man.
We're gonna take a look. I need an app for this. Do I gotta download an app?
Yeah, you gotta download the app.
Okay. And you got the removal tool for me? Tell me you got the removal tool.
What removal tool?
The O2 removal tool. You didn't bring the O2 removal tool?
Oxygen sensor?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's what I take. What did you bring this for?
This is for a different project.
Oh, I told you to bring the O2 tool. Man. Alright, so we got the app downloaded right over here. Let's take a look at this. So you said you used this before, right?
Oh, yeah, a couple times.
I mean, that's it, right?
That's it. You just plug it in.
It's pretty simple.
OBD, 2 scanner, Bluetooth enabled. Yours is on
Mine's over here.
passenger side. I mean, inside the wheel well.
Yeah, I got it in the back here.
Mine is right here towards the left side of the foot by the brake pedal.
I really hate this location though.
Come on, man, you can't get it in?
I always have a problem.
It's very steep angle over there.
Dude, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me go in there. Can you see it? It's right here.
Yep, I see it.
Turn the ignition on. OBD2.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go to scan. OBD functions. Bluetooth connected.
I mean, this just happened, guys. After I did my valve lash adjustment.
Maybe you adjusted your valves too tight, bro.
It could be
and
more
your
than
whole
that.
Timing is off.
It could be more than that.
All right.
Okay.
7.
Come on, the Civic ain't got no fault codes.
No
I told you.
fault codes.
No fault codes, bro. This baby's never giving me a problem.
Is the
No, the check engine light turned on.
Let's see.
Sure you put it in?
Yeah, it's connected. Well, you could check your load for the sensors, I think, on here. O2 sensor output.
What?
You gotta figure out how to do that because I didn't mess with all that stuff.
Okay, purchase. Come on, man. Come on, man. In-app purchases, huh?
Yeah, that's how I'll get you.
Alright, let's start her up, see if that check engine light's on, which it should be. Yeah, buddy. So I don't know why it's not reading a code.
Let's give it a scan now and we'll see what comes up.
Can we scan it with the car running?
Yep.
Alright, so we're looking at live data stream right now while the car is running. You see the RPMs, ignition timing, that's pretty nice though. You see the ignition time. Fuel trims. See, I'm curious if the oxygen sensor, you know, changes the fuel trims short term to like max them out, you know what I mean? I know when we were tuning cars, if something's not right, your short-term and long-term fuel trims are way off, out of spec. But let's check the catalytic converter, pressure, oxygen sensor. So there's current, pink one. Yeah, you see that? EGR valve. Maybe the EGR valve is like stuck open.
This car has an EGR valve?
Yeah, it's right on top.
But it's weird that why it's saying no fault.
Check this out. You got the check engine light right there, boys.
I'm about to clear this check engine light.
No, don't clear it. I need that check engine light.
Yeah, but if it's not telling us anything.
Yeah, well, not your sensor. Maybe AutoZone will be able to read it. Okay. That's what happens when you forget, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, man. Hey, shout out to this guy, Bullet's Garage, for being on the front lines during this COVID-19 outbreak.
I got 19 minutes to get to work.
All right, man. First, just checking the air filter. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. You could definitely use one. Looking at the MAF sensor as well here. This is what's controlling the amount of air going in. It's actually not controlling it, but it's monitoring how much air is going in and telling that to the system. Anything that would go back into the system past the mass airflow sensor is a leak. So something like right here, if it's leaking past this area right here, might be a problem. We might be getting unmonitored air going in, but technically that would be running lean condition later. So right over here we got our upstream oxygen sensor. This monitors the burnt and or unburnt gases exiting the engine after combustion. And then you got your catalytic converter right here, and after the catalytic converter you have your second oxygen sensor right over there. So these two sensors communicate between each other to see if that air mixture here is different over there, and you want it to be different because you want the catalytic converter to be functioning properly. So there will be less molecules of something on that sensor than this sensor. Anyway, we already checked for continuity on these sensors, and what I mean by that, there's a heater element that warms up the sensor so the motor can be more efficient. And what you're going to do, you're going to take the two same color wires right over here and put a multimeter on both of them in ohms. And if you get resistance, that means that the heater element of the sensor is working. So we double checked both of them, the bottom and the top. The top one is giving me about 3.5 ohms, and the bottom one is giving me 7.5 ohms. I'm not sure what the proper ohms should be, but they both are giving me something, so I assume that is good. Next thing is next. We're gonna remove these sensors. Bullet's Garage was fortunate enough to have one of these sensor removal kits, because I'm tired of going to rent these tools out. So we're gonna remove the upstream one, remove the downstream one. We're gonna clean them up and go from there. And this is where this tool shines, because it has this split here so you don't damage these wires. Okay, this one fits, but what kind of key is this? That's what I want to know. Alright, a 1/2-inch drive with an extension fits perfectly in here. Let's give it a go. Car's been running for about 10 minutes. It's pretty dry for the most part, just soot, no oil contamination or any of that, which is good. Alright guys, for my purpose right here, I'm just using some brake parts cleaner. You can probably use other solvents as well. This is going to be the cleanest and fastest way to do it for me. I looked it up online. Most of these places say you don't clean these sensors, you just replace them. That cleaning doesn't have any benefit to it compared to like a mass airflow sensor. Might as well try, but again, we haven't seen anything come out of here. What we can do is try soaking this bottom portion in, let's say, gasoline for a few hours, and then seeing if that will help anything. All right, we got the second sensor out, boys. Same story, pretty dry. Well, let's soak these puppies up, eh? All right, before I soak them up, I'm gonna show you the continuity of the heater elements. So again, right here, you're gonna take these two wires, the white ones, and we're gonna test them to make sure they are working. We got it set on ohms, 200, 200, and let's check it out. So you can see there's some continuity in there, and I wish I can tell you more about continuity, but we don't know anything else about it. We just know we're supposed to see a number. So you can kind of see it right there, 7.54. It's consistent at that. That's the downstream sensor. Again, it's good there is continuity. And then let me check the upstream sensor here. For this one, these won't fit inside, so we're gonna take a paper clip first and then read it off the paper clip. As you can see, there's continuity there as well. So we're assuming the heater elements from the oxygen sensors are working. So the next step would be, we know there's voltage because we already checked it on the OBD2 scanner. There's voltage going to the sensor, and primarily I think the upstream one would be the one of greater importance in this system than the downstream sensor, because I believe this is the one that will do more of the air fuel and fuel trims. Got some fresh 87 octane right here, boys. That's all she needs. Post it right there. That's good. They're both submerged. Let's have them chill out for about 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. We'll see. Ain't got no work to go to. So I'm just taking off the mass airflow sensor. We've cleaned this thing back in the past, and everything seems legit in here. The gasket on the bottom still looks pretty darn good. There's no issues as far as I know, so we're just gonna reinsert that. I would have cleaned it, but we don't have our mass airflow sensor cleaners. Just reinstall the mass airflow. Focus on the O2 sensor right now. All right, kid family, so let's talk a little bit about these numbers. So right here is a freeze frame, which pretty much I believe is what actually triggered the check engine light. This is what I was able to pull up. The code is a P0172, meaning it is running rich. And the main thing we want to take away from this image right here is the short-term fuel trims and the long-term fuel trims. Short-term fuel trims are okay up to negative 10%. That means 10% of fuel is being taken away, if not more. We are maxing it out at 27% fuel trims. And also, if you take a look at the long-term fuel trims, the long-term fuel trims are negative 20, which is excessive in my opinion as well. Again, I am no tuner, so I'm not exactly sure. But the more away they are from midline, that means the engine is compensating. So we're taking a lot of fuel away. So there's excessive fuel being dumped into the combustion chamber, and the question is why? All right, so right over here we have live data feed. This is before we cleaned the O2 sensors. As you can see, short term is running okay right now, but the engine still seems like it's a little bit rough and the check engine light is still on. So again, the long-term fuel trims won't change too much at this point, but we're looking at everything else here, and the oxygen sensor does have current and it does have voltage as well. So the live data, I'm not sure what we can take away from this other than the fuel trim issue that I currently see. And here the oxygen sensor voltage. So when it's running, it runs between zero point 0.1 to 0.9, and 0.9 means it's running rich, and we are taking fuel away from the system, from the fuel injectors. So I don't know. I don't know if these graphs are normal, but we are definitely running rich. And right here, I was able to pull up the mass airflow sensor and the reading it's giving me, because again we're trying to rule out if the mass airflow sensor is causing any problems or not. Regardless, I reset the battery, so my check engine light turned off, and once I turned the car back on, obviously you see the long-term fuel trims are erased, because you got to drive the car for some time to get those trims back to normal, and the short-term fuel trims will look a little bit better as well. And again, this is what I've been doing for a long time now, but this problem keeps coming back, and it's getting worse every time it comes back. It's coming back with a vengeance, and I can't be having my car turning off on me like that. So if you guys have any insider information, please comment down below. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Much appreciated. We'll see you on the next video.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya. Dreams of my own.